Listen, it's Dr. Doris here with episode 3, season 2 of Doll Squad Unfiltered. And we have a special guest star today while we're waiting for our gorgeous Lee, who's pouring herself a Daltini. She's having a Daltini. So our special guest star today, oh, look at that, was Tito. Tito, you're getting the boot, buddy. You made it on to the Doll Squad. Right here. Take your bony. There he goes. It's 6 o'clock here. What a great co-host I had. Well, we have to plug in your mic because we didn't want him to take it. Although he was crop dusting earlier, we didn't want him to crop dust in the chair. Anyway, Lee.
Whoa, baby.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. You have a Daltini.
You have water. Emily, that's for you. Here you go.
I have special water.
Cheers. It's 5 o'clock
Cheers,
somewhere.
dolls. Wait, dolls. I know that you want it, and it's coming.
Oh, my gosh.
Ready? Literally.
How sick is that cup?
The cutest freaking cup in the entire world ever.
I know. I need it.
There's a box.
I know. I know.
We're going to have them on Dalton soon.
I'm going to have to take one. Let's see. Is this good?
I haven't tried it yet. We're going to have this and Daltini.
Good.
Is it good?
I'm buying that.
Is it that good?
It's really good. You want a sip?
Yeah, I have a sip.
Take a sip. It's really good. Like, that's good for a bottled Daltini.
Do you know what this tastes like?
What?
Don't you think this tastes like the
Our
Carol
drink?
Bliss?
It's kind of similar.
Tastes like the Carol Bliss.
Without the froth.
Put a little egg frothy in it.
Might have to buy some
Holy
of those.
crap.
Oh, that's good.
That's really good.
I know. Wow, this podcast will be fun.
Ooh, I'm going to get them. We ordered those by the case.
So what is crack-a-lackin'?
Something that was on my tongue. It's plastic. Hope it wasn't a bug. What is crack-a-lackin'? Okay, ready? Son turned 35 on Friday. Easter was Sunday. Fabulous. My nephew, who was the Easter bunny, comes out of the wood. I said he looked like Jason coming out of the woods, like a creepy Easter bunny. And then I went to Easton's first T-ball game.
Oh, you had an action-packed weekend.
He ran off the field and he says, I just want to hug my Gigi.
He
during
did
the
not.
game. He did. He did.
That is the cutest thing I've ever heard.
He's so cute.
I know he is.
He goes, he's on like home plate. Getting ready.
I just want to hug my Gigi.
He goes, I just want to hug my Gigi. And then he says to me, he goes, Gigi, who you texting? I said, I'm not texting anybody.
I would have cried if he
taking
did
your
that.
picture.
I would have literally cried.
He's just the sweetest
Tears
little boy.
of joy.
He's such a sweet little guy. Anyway, that's it. Nothing else other than that. And I'm so proud of myself.
Why?
Major accomplishment in my life.
Okay, what is
Major.
it? Drum roll. What is it?
No, I did not lose like 50 pounds. I'm a quarter of the way cleaning my closet. Huge accomplishment. Huge.
Wait, are you serious?
Swear to God. Swear.
What are you doing with all that stuff?
Well,
You going to donate it?
yes. Bags.
Doesn't it feel good?
Here's the deal.
I did it too this weekend. I just threw anything that didn't bring me joy. I Marie Kondoed it. You don't bring me joy, you're in the garbage bag. Here's
Here's the deal. I find, and I have a big closet. And the bigger the closet, I think you just get excess and it just keeps through. It's like this vast hole and shit just gets thrown in there. And you keep buying more shit that goes on like your chair and on your vanity chair because you don't know what shit's in the vast hole. So you just keep buying more.
But when you clean it out, I just think it is such an amazing.
I lost mental weight.
Like, it's just, you get so much clarity.
Yeah, I did.
And it's energetic. You remove energetic blocks and things that you are not going to wear that don't make you feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
And you just fucking get rid of it. I used to not be like that. I used to like hold on to things and say, well, maybe it'll fit me in a year or maybe I'll wear this again. And now I just say, if I haven't worn it in 6 months and it doesn't fit me, goodbye. And I donate it.
I did that. Here's the thing. There were a couple things that I thought were really interesting that I couldn't part with.
Sentimental pieces?
Yeah. A jacket that was my lucky jacket that I can't even fit my left boob into now that I used to wear on all my earrings at QVC.
But that's okay to keep that.
There was...
This drink is very good.
Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, I think I'm going to order them because it tastes like the Carol Bliss.
Really does.
Taste like
I just need a little lemon slice. I'll be good to go. All right. So you kept a couple of things.
Yeah,
that's fine.
And so I feel really good getting rid of it. It's funny because I have it's going to all these different places, right? Like certain things go here, certain things go here, certain things go here. And I do find it to be somewhat cathartic, but when I think about all the money I spent, half the stuff, Emily can attest to it, I have, still has price tags on it. Never even worked. The one thing is I'm cleaning and I go, oh, that's where that shirt
you could resell some of that stuff.
I already did all that. You know what? I did the whole resale thing.
Yeah.
I did that.
It's a lot of work.
I didn't resell it. I just gave it to like the Real. Okay. A resale site. I can't, if you tell me to do it myself, hell, it took me like 10 years to get to my closet. There's sizes in there like size 5, 4. I haven't been that in 10 years.
Girl.
I used to be thin.
Size 4? What the hell?
In my 40s. Every decade.
Size 4?
Every decade you gain 10 pounds. Anyway, so that's me. So that was it. And so every day now, but I'm getting ready to do a little bit of traveling, but every day now I do like a little chunk. And a little
That's
chunk,
the way to do it.
And a little chunk. If not, it's overwhelming.
Way too overwhelming. Yeah. A little bit at a time. Best way to do anything.
Oh my God, I'm so happy because I want to gut and redo my bedroom and my bathroom.
That's right.
So I'm gonna have to go through it. And
get it done.
Thinning the herd. Thinning it.
It's smart.
Anyway, that's it. What about you? What's happening? How was your Easter?
Easter was good. We just went out to dinner.
The girls get their candy baskets.
The girls.
I watched Landon.
The girls got their treats. They got toys, and then they fought over them. They're at that little stage right now where it's so cute. They're like fighting. Landon was so happy. He got this Pokemon binder that he wanted, and he said to me, "Mommy, I'm so happy. I feel like I could cry right now." I go, "That's good, buddy. That's tears of joy."
That's when you know you did good.
He's just so funny. He really is. It's such a...
He's becoming a little man.
Oh, he is. I know. He really is.
The girls look just like him.
They look just like him. They're so funny.
Oh my gosh. They're like little girl Landons.
I know. They are. So Easter was good. And then it was my birthday.
Did you do an Easter egg hunt or anything?
Yeah, we did.
Monday was the big birthday.
Monday was a big birthday.
Not a big one. Yeah. That is a milestone
They all are big, though.
I think every birthday's a good birthday.
Every birthday's a good birthday. But, it's interesting. It's interesting as you get older, right? In your birthday. But so Monday was my birthday. And then I can't believe here we are. We're like Thursday already. It's like, and we're basically in May. It's basically Christmas.
I know, it's weird, right?
Yeah. Weird. January took forever. January was a year.
January is like a slug. It's like a slug.
And now we're like in May, But yeah, so it's all good. We're excited. Summer's going to be fun. I know you have a lot of fun plans for summer. I can't wait. I'm like bucket listing this summer. We started like a bucket list with Landon. Like, what do you want to do? What do you want to get done? And I'm just like,
one thing on the list that he wants to get done?
You know what it is?
No, tell me.
He wants to go spend the weekend with Annie.
Well, of course.
That's his one thing he wants to do.
Well, you're going to let him.
Well, he wants to do other things too, but that's like his big thing, so.
Because she's cool.
Well, because, he gets to do fun things with her. He gets to do whatever he wants.
It's also, he's different. It's also, here's the deal. Do you want to know what
he loves her. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, but do you want to know what the difference is?
What?
Do you want to know why he'd rather spend
She doesn't have to reprimand him.
She doesn't need to reprimand it. And here's the deal. She also gives him 110% of her attention.
Yes.
Because it's only 2 days.
That breaks my heart. And it's so true. I think that's the hardest part of being a parent. Is that you have to do other things in life too, right? You have to work and you have to cook and you have to,
You have to grow as a person yourself. And you have to be a partner with your husband.
And it makes me feel guilty sometimes.
Because here's the deal. Quality time is way more important than quantity of time. And the reason why he loves Aunt E is because she can squish all of that time that she doesn't get to spend with him into 2 days.
I know, you're right. You're
so
right.
she listen, it's the same thing with Easton. He loves it when I come over. Like grandparents, they love it when you come over because you're solid on them for like hours.
You play.
Yeah, you don't have to say, hey, let's take a bath, put your stuff away, it's time to eat, do your homework. No, I'm in it. I'm like, let's play. Right. And you're not going to yell at them. You're not going to do. So that's the difference. That's why it's not that they like them better. It's just that they like their time. I love that he has that
relationship with her. You know, I think it's so cute.
Awesome.
He loves her.
She's awesome, though. She's a pretty good girl.
She is awesome. And she's like a big kid. So they have the most fun together.
How great is this cup? Just saying. Not that I wanted to This is the best cup we've ever made.
Wait, so we have to talk about something.
What are we going to talk about?
That is related kind of to the cup.
Oh,
but
we're
not
going to talk about what's related to the cup.
So I think it's really interesting about like what do brands actually go through behind the scenes? Like, yes, putting out the good product is always fun and that's the end game. And it takes so much more work and
this could be a whole season
than you could ever imagine, right? And it could be a whole season. But I think one thing that's really relevant for us for right now that we want to kind of dive into because it's never, ever honestly happened to us before is the duping.
Oh, shit. I
mean, the level of the duping and like what we're having to go through, right? Let's talk about this for a minute though, because I still can't wrap my head around it. Like trying to figure this out yesterday. We launched Peptide Bounce Bomb in the end of March. I think it was March 27th, right? Something like that. Was it March? No, it was February 27th. Okay. So it takes about a year between ideation, concept, formula, component.
It takes more than a year.
Well, average.
Yeah.
Okay. For argument's sake.
Okay.
Between a year, could be 2 years, could be 4, right? But let's say a year. And hi, Tito. And what is so crazy is that we know that there's dupe culture. We know that that's a thing, right?
I want to talk about something about that too.
It happens.
Let's go there.
But what happened with us
I'm so glad we're going there.
So crazy because we launched this product and within 2 weeks, pirates have stolen our assets that Emily's created, stolen our creator videos, content for some creators that we work with, linked out to sometimes fake websites.
What do you mean sometimes?
Well, sometimes they don't even ship a product.
Yeah, they don't even ship the product. They just take your money.
They take your money and they're using our name. They're using our likeness.
Yep.
And this is coming up like whack-a-mole.
And here's the deal. And every time you shut them down, all they do is they just literally.
We've had to get lawyers involved.
Yep.
Fight this legally.
Yep.
It hinders our brand image. It gives a bad customer experience to anybody who they're doing this to. And unfortunately, you might think that it's us that's doing this.
Yeah.
If you don't know better, it's come up on Amazon. So like this is like a crazy thing that's happening. And what's really insane is that like you have a lawyer, you're spending money on this. And guess what? Like with Amazon, we can't get it taken down unless they are using our exact trademark.
Well, they're smart enough.
We can't get it taken down.
Smart enough.
They can use our assets. They can use our intellectual property.
Everything.
So go ahead.
No, I mean, that happens. And I think what you're starting to see now.
In 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
That was up.
Well, they know when a product's on fire. The sad thing I find, the saddest thing to me is when people don't realize that they're not buying the actual product. But sometimes I think that you have to use your noggin, right? Like if you look at the brand and you see it's $40 and then the next thing, it kind of looks like it and it's $14. You kind of have to wonder, is that really the same thing? Like to me, if the brand says this, but then all of a sudden now another website. But
maybe you don't know because maybe you just type in peptide bomb or peptide bounce bomb, and then all of a sudden you get all these things come up. This is what I want to know.
But this is what I want to know. But I mean, you have to at some point in time, you have to know that when it starts moving you to these other sites, and then when you go and you put your name and your information, your credit card, and the shipping's $50.
People don't know. I fault the pirates.
Well, just so you know, we bought one just to see will we even get the product. Remember, it came. It looked like a big thing of
my God,
of
like
white,
Elmer's glue.
Yeah, it was like white Elmer's glue. I was like, and people are coming and they're trying to write reviews. It's like no good. I'm like,
but
honey, that is not mine.
This is what I was talking about yesterday with our Amazon peeps, Leo and Alex. You know, how does that even happen? Do you think like it got leaked somewhere in the manufacturing process?
No. This is what I think happens. Absolutely, this is exactly what happens.
How do you get a component made in 2 weeks?
The component, you can get the component. You can get the component because those components come from China.
No, I know, but even
the websites are in China.
Even for like, you know, for us to make a component, we can't make a component in 2 weeks. We can't. It takes longer than that. Yeah,
but they can make this.
All right. So what do you think happened?
Oh, they know the algorithm. They know what's selling and what's viral. They know how many videos. There are people that can put in. They can figure out your passcodes. They can figure out where you live. They know the algorithm. They know what's selling. They know what people are buying, and they can see graph. They can come in. There is software that if I wanted to, I could look what every one of my competitors are doing, every ad that they're spending money on, what's successful, what's not successful, what's trending for them, what's not.
It'll cost you a pretty penny to have that software.
You can, but there are people that's all they do. So they run and they're pirates and they dupe and they're thieves.
I know some other brands that do that.
They're thieves. There are brands that do that, and all they do it's a very It's interesting because I think the whole beauty industry is a very copycat industry.
Well, right? It is. I think every industry kind of is, to be honest.
Yeah,
to a degree.
I do think to a degree, but I do feel like you know what I'm going to tell you. There's a couple brands that really upset me.
You're not going to name names, though.
I'm not going to name names. I don't have to really name them. But they're just noted to dupe everybody's brand right down to packaging. And I feel what
for a fourth of the price.
What angers me the most about that is, and they can go quick to market because they own their own factories in China.
Yeah.
And they can do it quick to market. They have the components look the same. The product is not the same, but it's a dupe very similar to the product. And people say, well, I can't afford this brand, but I can afford this. Mm-hmm. But a lot of times what happens with that is you're skipping all the blood, sweat, and tears that have gone into creating that product. All the time it took in product development, all the back and forth with the factories, all the things.
The refining of the formula to get it right.
And then all of a sudden you get somebody and they advertise that they are, and people go out and buy it and say, oh, well, this is a great, this is a hack.
They just ripped off of the marketing. Yeah,
you just ripped a hack is thievery. You're stealing. That's what a hack is. You're stealing. You are stealing someone's energy, hard work. I mean, listen, we're self-funded brand, okay? And we sit here and we have product development, we have meetings, and we go back and forth, with the formulators. How do we get this right? Shades, colors, componentry.
Meaning, like, just to give detail on that, it's like
exhausting. I'm exhausted.
This is not blurring enough. There's not enough coverage. This settles. This needs to be more hydrating. Yeah. Like all of these things, so that when it gets home to you, like you have the experience that we want you to.
Yeah, and we take the time to perfect it. Or another brand takes the time to perfect it. And then you have dupe brands that come right in, steal your packaging, steal your formula.
Your assets, your creatives, your creator creatives.
And that's why if all I had to do was knock someone off, I wouldn't need a product development team. I wouldn't need all of this energy and all of these people, which cost a lot of money. Costs a lot of money. If all I got to do is go to a factory, dupe this,
but that's it. they're not building brand. They're not building
I don't know about
trust.
that.
No, they're not. They're not building brand. They're not building longevity. I mean the people that are copying us. I don't know about the other situations.
Well, I'm
that's
just going to
different.
tell you,
but
watch. Peptide Bounce Bomb's going to be copied.
it already was.
Oh, I mean by these brands. Don't be surprised.
Oh, yeah. Well, that I know. That I expect.
Coming.
That's fine. You know what? Honestly, that means you've made it.
No, that means
you know it's coming.
That means
what I think
that
is
they're
wrong.
thieves and they're stealing. That's
what
all
I think
it means.
is wrong is they're going to put
Doesn't
their
mean
own
that
spin on it.
This cup is the prettiest cup I've ever seen.
But when you pirate a brand's identity and the same assets,
it's interesting that you can't shut them down
for intellectual property rights.
If you ever tried to write something snarky out, like on a post, like funny, like snarky, not like hateful or anything, but like
on like an Instagram post.
Yeah, you'll go. You might want to rethink what you're putting there, but you can let people steal all your shit.
I know,
and they don't even get their hands
and steal
up,
from people.
Even if I say
because they don't even get a product sometimes, they just get their credit card.
No, we do have to. That is a situation that's happening now. Poor Haley. Thank God she's got the patience of a saint.
I know,
or she's just gotten thickened skin now.
She does have the patience of a saint.
Yeah,
she does.
For a while, it was giving her massive anxiety. She's like, Doris's customer service give me anxiety. People yelling at me, and she's such a sweet soul.
But yeah, that's what's going on with us this week.
One thing I've learned,
we're fighting the pirates.
They keep coming. Doesn't matter. I mean,
what have you learned? That's a great way to end. What is your biggest takeaway to date? That's a toughie.
Here's my biggest takeaway to date. Get ready.
Give 0 Fs.
This is my biggest takeaway for today. It's not even going to be to date. It's just what I can think about. Be kind to customer service representatives.
Yes. Especially if it's Haley, because Haley is so nice.
Here's the thing. You never really think about customer service until, you have somebody that actually physically is working in your customer service. And that's the heart and soul, because customers are what drive your business. You have no business if you don't have
1,000%. And we appreciate every single one. Because
we do.
There's so many, I say this all the time, but there's so many choices in beauty. So like the fact that anybody would come and be here, a guest of Doll 10, of the brand.
Absolutely. But what I did learn, though, honestly, is that customer service is king, and be kind to your customer service agents, because sometimes I want to go off. Sometimes when people just mess shit up, and then I think of a Haley and I'm going, no, that's probably a Haley there. So, and it's not her fault or his fault.
Well, actually, it's probably AI now, most companies.
I know. Everybody's going AI with the customer service. I said to Haley, Haley, what do you think about doing AI for customer service? She goes, honestly, well, I would love that, because that would take a lot of the mental stress off of me. And I said, well, we can do that if you want to. And she's like, I just don't think our customers like that.
Well, not for everything.
That's okay.
We've looked at it for things that are more manual. So we had a call yesterday.
How did that go, by the way? Was it good?
We're going to have another call with somebody else and see. But the things where you're like, I want to cancel my order, or I want to edit my order, or I want to change the address. Those are just things that AI can do. Obviously, bigger situations that need, personal attention, we're not going to completely move away from that, but just to kind of streamline the efficiency a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. That's my takeaway. But anyway, pirating is a real thing. Here's my takeaway. Other than to be kind to customer service representative, which I had to sometimes I don't really attack anybody anyway, but sometimes I did have a situation 2 weeks ago where I really wanted to rip this person in half. They really pissed me off.
Who?
It's a pharmacy.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. I wanted to kill him. Oh my gosh. I just did. But anyway, I didn't. But I really wanted to.
They must have really messed up.
They didn't send my, they send it in the mail now. You don't even have to go. And they didn't send it's my hormones. Okay?
Oh, yeah. You need those every day.
You think? I need the hormones, and they send every 3 months, right? I get 3 months, so they don't have to fill it every month. It's expensive. And I can only get the name brand. because I've tried to do generic, and generic only has to be 51% of the name brand. Did you know that?
No.
So a lot of times when your doctors and your insurance company, because it's cheaper, and your insurance companies say, well, we won't pay for name brand because my insurance company doesn't. Most insurance companies don't. It's like 51%. It's like it's.
But I have a whole separate qualm with that situation, which I won't go to. But it's like, really, why are they priced the way that they're priced? Well, we could never get it. No other industry can ever get away with that. Like Brian and I were having this conversation the other day about when your insurance company sends a bill to the hospital. Do you know that it's a negotiation?
Yeah.
Like what other industry operates that way? Like, let me send you a bill and then we're going to go back and forth. It's
only a negotiation
on what we're going to pay you.
Well, it's called UCRs.
It's like ridiculous.
Usual and customary fees.
It should be like, here's the price,
reasonable fees or something like that.
End of story.
It's a tiered system in the payments. Oh, this is long.
Let's not go there.
Wait, just so you know, I used to practice right across the street, and we would bill the insurance companies, and certain insurance companies, they would pay you what they thought was a usual customary fee, and this is what they're going to pay, and that's it.
It's ridiculous.
Okay, that's arbitrary number. Who did you go around?
Who decided that?
Exactly. And we're going to give you $5 a year. Okay, whatever. That being said, no, they didn't have my pills. And I call up and I said, I had like 4 or 5 left. And I said, usually they're on it and I get them, right? And she goes, oh, I wasn't going to reorder them for you because they're just too expensive.
You're like, excuse me, I'll make that decision.
I went, that's exactly what I said. But I was really nice. I said, I'm sorry. I said, I need them. I know that they're expensive. I've already paid you this. And they are, it's ridiculously expensive.
Which is ridiculous. It's
ridiculous. It's like a car payment for a bill.
That is so wrong.
It is
That's
wrong.
okay. We'll leave it at that.
But I've tried everything under the book. And I've written to the insurance company. I've tried everything. Even my doctor, everything. They're like, no, we're not going to pay for it. So that being said, which is fine. Whatever. It's not fine, but it is what it is.
Okay.
She goes, yeah, it's too expensive. So we just didn't order into it because it's not a common medication. People just can't afford to pay for that. And they just get the generic.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, I want it. I've been paying you this for a year. This is not like something new. So who arbitrarily decided that they were not going to order my medication?
Right. And what did they say?
She goes, I don't know. Well, we'll get it back ordered and we'll get it to you and we'll overnight it to you. I said, good, because I only have.
That's good at least.
Yeah. Okay. So then I get a call the next day. Ready? We can't get that medication now. We don't have it. So sorry. I said,
sorry, you're SOL?
Yeah. I said, excuse me, what would you like? What? I need the medication. What would you like me not to have?
So what did they say?
Hormone replacement therapy, right? Like it's HRT. And they're like, oh, I don't know. Maybe you can go back to your old pharmacy and ask them to get it. So I said, okay, I'll go back to my old. Now I am literally, the blood is pouring out of my hair follicles because it's boiling.
Okay.
And I said to him, okay, wait, here you go. And I go, okay, well, I'm going to get it like that. I said, will you do me a favor? Can you call over to my pharmacy, tell them that you cannot get my medication, transfer my prescription from my physician that you have so they can then fill it.
Oh, wow.
No, we can't do that. The pharmacy has to call us. I said, okay.
Oh, wow. I would have been
this
through
time
the roof.
Blood from biting my tongue. Running down my thing, right? And I go, okay. I said, she goes, no, you have to call your pharmacy, have your pharmacy call us, and then we can transfer our files over to them. I said, let me get this straight. You can't fill my medication, which you did not tell me for the last 3 months. And now you can't get it.
What a disaster.
Now you want me to take time out of my day as if my time is not valuable and worth money because you messed up. And I have to call my pharmacy, get my pharmacist on the phone to call you to get my file transferred.
Please tell me that they did not, they were not serious.
No, I'm not done. So I call my pharmacy.
Your local pharmacy.
Yeah, which you feel like an ass because you pulled all of your stuff from them.
Whatever. Right. They have enough business.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know these ladies, and I moved all my business. They know who you are, right? And I moved it because they just ship it, and I just didn't want to go down to the grocery store, or whatever. So I said to them, they said,
funny. "Oh, shit.
Can you call them?" Yeah, no problem, Doris. We'll call them. So they call. And of course, this pharmacy's closed now at 5:00.
Of course,
yeah,
of course. So, is it compounding?
No, it's just like an
mail-in. Okay,
whatever.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not going to say the name of it.
Okay.
And so the next morning, I don't know what kind of just like I was still steaming, just to call them, right? Just to call my pharmacy and say, Did you get everything transferred over and everything? She goes, no, we didn't get anything yet. Oh, no, this was another day. A day had gone by and I had one pill left. One pill left. And I said, you mean to tell me that you called there, they have not faxed you over anything and to fill it. And I knew that this pill was, she goes, Doris, don't worry, we have like 5 of them. 5 of these pills, right? I said,
yeah, okay. But you need more than that.
Well, I only need 1 a day, which is fine. So I called this thing up, and now I'm like this. Now I'm livid.
Furious. The calm is over.
I don't typically get angry. Now I'm angry. You mess up. You're not going to send
over the course of 3 days.
I said, listen, my pharmacy has called you now. It's been 40 plus hours, a day and a half. You haven't sent over my file. And I've now taken time out of my day twice to call my pharmacy to get this over. Now, not only do I want that transferred over, I want my entire file.
Oh, now they lost all your business.
I said, you will never fill nothing for me again. And I want you to kindly transfer that over. And you better do it
now
within the next 30 minutes because I'm going to call my pharmacy back. And I'm going to tell you, I know where your pharmacy is. And if that isn't there, I'm going to come down there. So I don't know what I was going to do once I got down there. I don't know, beat him with my cup. I don't know. But I was like being very threatening.
Beat him with your corksicle.
I guess.
That's really frustrating though.
I was really pissed off. So they finally did it. And then, of course, I had to wait. And it's like, because this medication, it's just like it's just a name brand progesterone shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I was doing a little hormone replacement therapy.
So good.
Well, it was good. They had me on a little testosterone.
Testosterone's good.
No, I didn't like it. I got, my skin got textured.
Yeah.
And I got like oily, and I got like more body hair on my legs and stuff, my arms.
Well, testosterone do that.
And I didn't really feel any better. The progesterone has definitely helped. It's helped me sleep a little bit. Yeah. My levels were really low, but testosterone, I said, nah, I'm going to skip that for a while.
I take estrogen and prometrium.
Oh, okay.
Estrase. Yeah. Here's the brand names of what I take. Estrase and prometrium, which is estrogen and progesterone. And it's a name brand. It's stupid. Each one's like $500 a month. It's like $1,000 a month for those 2 pills. I told you it's freaking car payment. It's freaking mortgage payment. And every time I send my husband to the thing with my credit card, and he gets so pissed off. I said, what do you want me to? I tried every other thing known to man. And this is just, hormones are so tricky because it's just what worked for me.
It's true.
And I didn't sleep for like years. And we talk about that whole menopause thing and HRTs. I'm a big fan of them. I think that's what's kept my skin pretty supple. It helped me to sleep, and I didn't sleep for like 3 years.
Do you know this, but it's interesting, and then we'll wrap because I know it's 5 o'clock and whatever, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, who knows? You know, I always go back to HRT got such a bad rep because of that study that was done. That was so misleading.
It was just so misleading.
that was so done on purpose to try and make it look bad.
I should tell my accountant to come here to our podcast.
And so, Irina, you're looking so cute.
Just so you know, we have literally the hottest accountant
Her
ever.
outfit's so cute.
She looks so hot. I said, what nightclub are you going to?
She's so skinny.
She looks good. I know.
She looks great.
Go ahead. Jealous in the best way.
But that study that I think made people really scared of hormone replacement
they thought
therapy.
Everybody's going to have a stroke.
But it was so misleading, the way that they did it, the way that they set it up. And it was, I know. I'm not surprised because that's how they do every study. But, it's unfortunate because you have, I think, 3 generations now of women that suffered in silence through perimenopause and menopause.
So freaking worse. You guys are young. I'm sitting here.
Well, they're young. I'm like in the middle of the road. I'm not young. I'm not old. I'm right smack in the middle.
You're still young. Enjoy every minute of it.
I do.
Okay. You got M here. M, you are 29?
They're babies.
Yeah, you're 28, right? And Francesca, you're 24? 22.
Wait, are you joking?
My son is older than both of these girls. Here's the deal.
You're 22?
22, Damn. 28, 29.
Yeah, no.
40.
Not close. Not 29. I wish. Although I don't wish, actually. It's funny. Do you ever, I know we keep saying we're going to wrap, but do you ever, the answer is absolutely no for me. I don't wish that I could go back and do anything over. Do you?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You feel like you wish you could go back?
Yes. I don't live with regrets. I don't regret anything I've done. I've done a lot. Shit. Really great stuff. Really shit. That chapters will stay out. I've done, listen, I'm a little crazy in the best way possible, but I'm not shy.
But
I've done some shit.
Okay, but I don't mean I don't mean one-off things.
I wasn't arrested or anything, but
I mean, do you ever feel like you would want to go back in time and start at 25 and relive everything over again?
I would make sure it was after school was over. That was exhausting. College, all that school shit. That's so exhausting. So mentally challenging, all that. I think college was exhausting.
When you go to be a doctor, it's exhausting.
It was exhausting. The last thing I want to see is another bone with a sulcus in it. There are things. It's interesting because there's actually, when you know what an adage is, right? Like when somebody says what an adage is. You've got some good
adages.
I love adages. I make some of them up too. Here's the deal with this adage. Hindsight is 20/20.
It always is. I use that one all the time. Yeah,
when you look back with clear vision, because when you're in the thick of it, you don't. So are there things that I would have done? There's probably things that I didn't do because I was fearful.
But everybody does.
Yeah, but so you asked me if there are things I had opportunities that I didn't act on back in the day because of situations that I was in. My life probably would have. I love where my life is now. I think I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, but I often wonder what would it be like if I would have taken the left instead of the right.
I get that.
I think
that's normal.
Yeah,
though.
I had some pretty cool opportunities, and I was a single parent at the time, and I had to do what was right financially. I had my practice, what was right financially for my son, and but I was given opportunities to change my whole career path.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What would you have done though?
Well, I didn't do it.
Do you feel comfortable sharing any of them or no?
Yeah, I had some job offers to do things like in California.
Oh, okay.
And to do things differently in sports casting and stuff like that.
Oh.
Like big opportunities where I'd have to relocate.
I get you. I understand.
And I was too fearful.
You can't.
So I don't ever live my life in fear now. But back then I did when I was younger.
I have this feeling that through the good and the bad, that life just puts you exactly where you're supposed to be.
I don't know whether life puts you exactly where you're supposed to be, or you you navigate to where you're supposed to be. Like, not life. Like, I think that like, if I would have asked my younger self 15, 20 years ago, would I be doing a beauty brand? I would have said no. I love doing it though. I mean, it's a massive passion. I love doing it. I love everything about products and beauty and how it makes people feel. I get so many like DMs and inboxes from people about how it changed how they felt, how it changed their confidence level and all that stuff. And it's incredibly rewarding. But yeah, I mean, to like circle back to that question that you asked, would I have changed things? I don't know if I would change them, but I often wonder what would it have been like if I would have went left instead of right. I often wonder what I'd be like. I don't know. And was the universe saying, no, you can't go there, bitch? It's going to happen. You need to stay where you are. My mom and dad made me go to the college in Iowa instead of, there was like a satellite college in California. And they're like, no, you'll never graduate. You're going to Iowa.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, but I don't know. How about you? Did you ever have any opportunities and you were like, and you passed on them and then you think back and you go, shit, I should have taken that opportunity? Don't break my heart, because I think you're exactly where you're supposed to be.
No, I think my life's been so weird and crazy and interesting in good and bad ways. But no, I really believe in my heart of hearts that like, you are where you're supposed to be. Everybody is. Whether we like it in the moment or we don't like it in the moment, you're routed to like where your soul's supposed to be for your soul's purpose. That's just my personal belief. So have I had opportunities? But I think, who cares? Like, you know what I mean? I think you're put where you're supposed to be in a given moment in life for your soul's mission and your soul's purpose. And I think if those opportunities were supposed to work out, you would have taken them and you would have done them. That's just my opinion. Doesn't have to be right, but
I don't know. I mean, sometimes I think about it and sometimes I look and I go, like, why did I make those choices? Why did I do this choice? Like, I don't know. But I will tell you, all of that shit, all of that mucky water, because it becomes very muddy water. Yeah. Like the good, bad, the ebbs, the flows, all that stuff. I am very happy where I am right now.
Me too.
Very, 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 very.
I think it's always
blessed.
A journey though, too. I think happiness is never a destination. No. It's a journey.
It is a journey.
Don't you think?
But when you go through perimenopause, you should get on HRT.
Don't listen to the study. You know what? This is going to be the closing quote, and you can tell me if I'm wrong here. I think we need a new word for studies, because you as a doctor can tell me that I'm right on this, because I think I am. It's such a fraudulent term because it's literally so misleading, done by a company who's producing a product and like used almost as a crutch nowadays for people to be like, well, where's your study? And it's like, well, it's kind of laughable. And I think going back to this example, I don't remember the name of it. It was like the woman's something study that gave HRT its bad name because they did all these nurses. Yeah. But don't you agree, like as a doctor, when you actually look, which most people don't know how to read a study, right? Studies are very complicated because there's control groups, there's placebos, there's all this stuff that happens in studies. And there's a lot of terminology that goes when you read it because we studied a lot of it. But I do think that there are some very shady things that have happened throughout the years in studies that you've gotten results that financial gain has happened from the person that's done the studies. Yeah. I do think that it started as good intent. I agree. There's a lot of things that start as good intent. But down the road, if there's profitability that's associated with it, it kind of always creeps in. I do feel like the whole kind of that world's been hijacked.
right?
Yeah.
Like I do. And, but I do feel that there's still really good out there and there's still people that are trying to do good. And I still think there's a lot of people that are in research and development and all of that have really good hearts and really are in it for the right reasons. But at the end of the day, I do think that there is a lot of greed that is associated
Yeah, I do too.
in that thing.
That's why
But
you have to be
there
your own
used
advocate.
to be, like, I mean, there used to be like studies that were like really that were really prominent, and some of these medications and stuff like that have come about that are expensive have to do with how the studies and all that stuff costs a lot of money to develop a drug. It does cost a lot of money, but the studies, I think you're finding out. I think a lot of things are becoming. The veil is being lifted.
Oh yeah, it is. All right. And on that note, cheers.
Cheers to the Daltini and to the coolest cup ever. And I think Francesca said that we're going to start selling these soon.
Hopefully,
we Francesca?
We will.
Francesca says yes.
All right, we'll get them up.
Love you, dolls.